All right, good morning and happy Thursday, you guys. I have the most fun shirt on, okay? So I am in charge of, so everyone knows I go to water aerobics. Well, once a year we do what's called aquathon. So it's 3 hours of water aerobics. It's a fundraiser. It actually is nationwide. A lot of people don't know about it, but we do it around Veterans Day, and we actually do fundraising for the local veterans. Like even our silent auction, uh we earn we raise 3,100. By the time we're done, we should be at about $7,000, which is super fun for a small group of local people. And anyway, so I'm in charge of t-shirts, and so we had them made this year, and Kristen Elliott always makes them. Like, is that not the coolest shirt? And it says Aquathon 2025, and then the back is a flag. It's a flag that says free in the water and free in America. Like, I'm obsessed with these t-shirts. I'm thinking everyone else in the world is going to want these. I'm putting in another order if anyone wants one. But I mean, you've done ways. Like, how cool is that? I'm so excited. I almost want more. Anyway.
Does the money from the purchasing the shirts, does that go towards your proceeds?
Yeah, yeah. And actually it
Oh,
ends up at about, so Kristen does it as a discount. I knew that her husband is a police officer. I kind of thought that the veterans would be near and dear to her heart, which they are. And so she does it as a discount for she doesn't charge that much. So about 15 bucks a shirt, which isn't bad because we only charge 35 bucks for the shirt, the short sleeve shirts, 45 for long sleeve. And yeah, so we'll have made at least 500 bucks on t-shirts. And we do them every year. So it is so cool. I mean, I love being able to do that. So anyway, I'm admiring my cool shirt in the Zoom. Okay, so like that really matters for Plexus. Okay, you guys are probably like, this is what I tuned into, and Gabrielle's probably like, this is what we're talking about. Okay, so anyway, you guys, um, so today, okay, we're gonna do two things. We're going to talk, Gabrielle is gonna share with us, which is super fun. I've been talking with her. She has been inspiring me. I don't know if you have been following her or you have seen how active she is in the We Mean Business chat. Like, she's like the poster person to me for the We Mean Business. Like, she is on it, and I'm like, girl, I see you. I love that. I love it when you're like, what's going on over there. So Gabrielle, tell everyone just a little bit of background about you too, like all the stuff, right? And then how long you've been with Plexus, and that, and then here's the thing. You guys are going to think this funny. Things changed for Gabrielle. Guess why? Because she decided. And guess what? It works. And I was like, yes, you need to come on to Power 30 and talk. So take it away. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for making the time.
Course. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I'm excited, also a little nervous. I don't like speaking in front of people. It's like not my thing. Small groups, fine. I'm a teacher. I teach in small groups. That's fine, but I don't know. People make me nervous, so I love that my team's on here. And Kristen, because I'm going to talk about you guys in a good way. But so I am a Ruby with Plexus. I actually started way back in 2019. And a little bit that's different about my story is I actually signed up for the business. So I'm a nurse. That's my background. I'm a nurse, and I'm a nurse educator. So I knew that like gut health would work. I knew that it would work, right? I knew the products would work. That was never a thought in my mind. Um, what really got me, so Kristen Elliott, it's funny that you talked about her, Cheryl, because she's my upline. Um, she was posting, it was an incentive. I think if you signed up like 9 people or something like that, you could win an Apple Watch. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. So that incentive, after I had said no to her for probably like 3 months, finally got me to sign up. So long story short, I went Ruby in 2021 when I had my 4-year-old. So, what my maternity leave with him was kind of crappy because my pay from the state didn't hit until after I was back to work with him. So 4 months with no pay. We were just living off my husband's income. And what I was making from Plexus. So I really pushed back then in 2021. I hit Ruby then. And then, things happen, life happens. I have 3 kids, 2 busy boys that are 9 and 4 now. And then I just had my third in July. She's 3 months old. Um, but life happens, things happens. You have kids, you have jobs if you're working a second job, just anything. And that's what kind of thanks, Cheryl. That's what kind of happened. Life kind of happened and I kind of fell off. Um, I have on my team Julie Stone, who's also a Ruby. We kind of started around the same time and we were building together and we hit Ruby together, which was actually really awesome. Um, so Julie is my primary leg, and I have an amazing, amazing, amazing team under her. Emily and Amanda that are on here. I love you guys. You're awesome. And so anyway, I fell off. Here we come. It was June 2025 where I was like, I really need to start doing this again, right? I've been at Ruby for 4 years. I've been kind of stuck in this knit and grit and I want more, right? We all know what this business has to offer. There's really no cap. On Megan's call last night, she was saying there's no cap, right? You can make what you want to make with this opportunity. Um, so I got on a call with Megan back in June after convention. And I was expecting like a call with her to like kind of set up like, okay, do X, Y, and Z. This is what you're gonna do, your IPA. She laid into me, guys, but I needed that. I needed that. She lit a fire under me and we get on the call and she's like, all right, Gab, what's gonna be different about this time? And my jaw hit the floor because I've been with this company for so long and she wasn't being mean. She was just like, I want to know like what's different about this time? What is your intention? You know, what's going to really push you to keep moving this time and not just work for a couple months and then kind of fall off again. And exactly, she was being a leader. My answer to that was my team, right? I have amazing people working under me, right? That I need to show up for. I need to be a leader. I need to not be there and then fall off. And just ghosting at Ruby level isn't a good look, right? You don't want to question whether your leader is going to be there for you or not. And I felt like that's what I was doing to my team, you know? And it makes me emotional because I love you guys and like it's not anything that I intentionally was doing, just life got in the way. Um but I see you all. I appreciate you guys. Um and I'm not going to do it again, I promise. I'm here for it. I will be a jewel one day. I will be. I see it in my future. So I actually I'm going back to work in December per diem as a nurse. And I feel like things happen for a reason. My second job, my teaching job, they gave all their clinical spots away. So there actually wasn't a spot for me. And I said, you know what? Like at first I was mad. And I'm like, let me take a step back and look at what I have on my plate and what's in front of me. I have this amazing opportunity and I can still kind of work per diem and be there for my family and my kids and my team and have good balance. Like I'm really actually excited to not go back and work as much as I was and really go full force with this opportunity. Um I'm trying to think what else. I wrote some notes down, but they're on my phone. I didn't like
Oh, yeah. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing daily right now, because I think that shifted too. So I love that you recognize that you needed to be there for your team. So that's huge. I love the emotional attachment because when you have that emotional attachment to a decision that you've made in your business, that is what propels somebody, you know? And, you'll hear your why should make you cry and different things. And sometimes mine does, sometimes it doesn't. But Alita and I'll still get emotional when we talk about like our goal is to help other moms make money. Like, because it is so life changing. Like, it never is lost on us, even at Diamond, you guys. Like, we have such an emotional attachment to that. And it's funny. And I was sitting there with Megan. Sorry, I'm sidebarring, but I was sitting with Megan on Sunday. We were just laying in bed, working and talking, and which is super fun that I can do that. Thank you, Plexus. Okay. But I said, Meg, you know what? And I told Phil this the other day too about something else. I'm like, it never gets old. We're planning a trip. We do an annual trip to Gatlinburg. We bring the boys. And this year it's a little different. We rented a big cabin. The men are coming too because we've got a baby in the mix. So somebody's got to take care of the baby. And so everyone's coming, and we're not leaving Raj behind. Like, everyone's coming, like, hang out in the cabin. You don't have to do anything. So, and we plow through a fair amount of money, but that's what we do for the boys. We do experiences, not gifts, because if I asked you guys what somebody got you last year for Christmas, do you remember? And someone posted that. Actually, I think I'm going to do that for my engagement post today. It's like, no, I literally can't remember. Isn't that terrible? Like, so anyway, but we mostly do experiences. I might not have gotten anything anyway. So she had gotten the Airbnb, and a lot of times I will do the whatever activities we're doing or something. But we just thought, I was like, oh, because the Airbnb was so much more. And I said, well, let me pay you for that. And I just shifted over $1,000. I said, it never really gets old that I don't even have to look at my bank account, and I just shift over $1,000 and I don't even blink. Like, and I'm very good with my money. So it's not like I'm not bragging about, like, this is where you guys want to be, right? If you have that emotional attachment, so just bringing it full circle, then that's what you're able to accomplish. And it literally never gets old. I don't know why I've been thinking about it so much lately. I said the same thing to Phil. I don't know. What were we doing? I don't know, but I'm like, oh yeah, I spent $1,500 on this or that. Like, it's just insane. I don't go out to dinner and spend $50, but I'll just drop 1,000 here. Now I'm ridiculous. So I just save it up. Like, I am not really a spender, and so I can do those things. But anyway, tell me what you're doing a little differently, like what you're doing daily. Yeah.
okay. So I use a planner. I find that I'm the most organized that way. So I can go back to June, right? When I have been starting to really build my business again and see who I was talking to and who I was messaging. I keep a planner and I can actually send a picture in the group if you want. I write down, I forget what call this was from. One of the diamonds said, set your day up, look at your points. For me, my issue is my outside leg points. So I write down my points every morning and my outside leg points every morning on my planner. Um, I do at least 30 minutes of personal training, usually power 30, some type of personal growth I'll do. I try to do at least 5 new reach outs a day. I've really been bumping that number up to try to hit my goals. What else am I doing? I follow up with any potentials that I have, especially like newbies. I'm making sure I'm messaging them every day, follow ups. Um, and then I am interacting for an intentional 10 minutes. I'll set a timer on my phone, 10 minutes, and I'm going to Facebook, going to the friends tab, and just commenting on stuff, sending birthday messages that literally takes a minute to do. Um, and I'm making sure I'm posting either on my stories or a post on Instagram and Facebook. So it's like my daily.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Thank you. I clicked it and it didn't work. It's so funny. So I love that you're doing intentional social media because, okay, like, here's the thing. I can get caught up in scrolling and it's not even so my obsession, you guys are gonna laugh, and I think I said this once before. My obsession is exercise reels. Like I'm telling you, I could do an hour just like watching them. Oh, I could do that move. Like Kristen's laughing. Like seriously, it's a problem. Like it is a problem. I have to tell myself, and it's like that's okay if I get everything done. But it's like before I did something, I'm like, Cheryl, you have to stop. I talk to myself all the time. Okay, you guys. And my husband's always like, are you talking to someone? Like, because I'm always voice messaging. Are you talking to yourself or are you talking to me? Like, that is a constant conversation in the cabin. He'll be like, I'll say something, he doesn't answer. I'm like, Ron, she's like, how do I know who you're talking to? He goes, I literally just don't know. But so the intentional social media, okay, I love that. The other thing that's so funny, we always say a planner is not going to change your business. But guess what? You mentioning that, I actually do better with a planner if I open it every day and I do put down, because guess what? You forget who you messaged back in June. And if you want to do a follow up, like all of a sudden they'll like my post. There's somebody new that well, obviously I'm not doing a very good job of interacting with them because I forgot about them. Okay. So this is a perfect example. Okay. If I had them in my planner, I would have had Sue B up there, like, because she's a new friend. I connected with her from high school. So Meg laughs all the time. Like I never wanted to connect with anyone from high school. And this is a personal growth thing. Okay. So I love this, where we're going with this. I just never answered the friend request. I didn't put my maiden name down. Like I don't want anyone to know. I am a different person than I was in high school. I'm like, I don't want to interact with those people. But now that I've done personal growth, like I don't know, it changed. So yes, I'm building a business, but it really was more about a change with me. And I'm like, there are some people I wouldn't, like, hey, I was so happy to connect with Sue. And I had somebody else, this guy, Chris, who like we hung out with the same people and we connected, and he's been in the service and he's thinking about, now that reminds me, his appointment with at the VA to talk about gut health products. It was 2 days ago. Do you think I fall? So if I don't write those down, I'm doing this, Gabrielle. I'm like, and I keep calling you Gabrielle because I'm looking at you. I'm like, Gabby, you need to change your name there. But people, so that's part of the follow-up. I tell everyone that the fortune is in the follow-up, and it is, but I'm falling behind. Like this is just a reminder for me. Like, so, and it just never changes that diamond, you guys. So a planner would work for me. Now I don't have to obsessively do it, but again, even if I'm putting those names down, that's huge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to start doing that. So I definitely want to know your planner, because it doesn't matter to me if you've got one that works. Like I can roll with anything. But this kind of rolls into follow-up, you guys. I kind of have been preaching to my team, like, follow up is where it's at. Nobody actually wants to do that work, I'm noticing, because it is like, yeah, you need to follow up with your customers and see how they're doing with their products. Like that's how you're going to get them to do a post. Like if they don't do them right away when we ask, oh, I'm going to see how it's going. Well, guess what? If you're not giving good customer service and they are getting results, but then the follow up is that you actually go back and ask them every month, every other month, however often you think, what Alita does is she well, they'll say something like, yeah, you know what, I didn't have any cravings today. That's a post, you should post that. You know what? And literally we should do that every time someone has a win. Hey, you should post that. Can I post that? That's another thing we started doing because I have a lot of customers, right? They just want to be customers, right? And I mean, let's face it, that's how we make money with customers, right? But then we build a business with business builders. But here's what we started doing. And honestly, it wasn't even my idea. And I know that we've talked about this, but really we're doing this more on my team is say, hey, can I do a post shouting you out like, hey, I'm so excited for my friend Emily. She's been on the products for three months and she already has better digestion. She is not getting that crash in the afternoon, and she even said her mood has been better, whatever. So like us doing that our wall, shouting them out, that is such a huge thing. I haven't had anyone who said no to that. How about that? Like, so that's huge, you know? So it's this follow up. It's this follow up. And here's the thing, I see this when they stop answering you, you got to figure out how to connect with them. They are your friends. And sometimes that means picking up a phone, and that's uncomfortable. I'm sure that Gab has found that she's doing some more uncomfortable things. Because here's the thing, if you're not sweating it out every once in a while, or doing something out of your comfort zone, you're not growing. So like I find that there are things that I still do that are I have to do things that are our comfort zone. I mean, there's just so many things. And here's the thing, like go live on your Facebook, run your own messenger event, and don't ask your upline for any information. Run your own Facebook group, do your own sip and see, and do everything yourself. Go ask, I don't know, run a team call, even if your team has 2 people, do a Zoom with them. Like I can come up with all kinds of things that newer people think they aren't qualified for. Gavin, like even you said, "Ooh, I don't really like talking in front of people," but if you did a team call, just like you and your team, and that's what was going to propel them forward, then it's like, you're going to do it because that's what you do. You're going to step into your leadership. Because here's the thing, we don't know what to do until we do it. And it's not a matter of thinking about it, right? It's a matter of doing it and doing it messy. And literally what Alita, Megan, and I have been talking about is you almost literally have to be embarrassed by how bad you are in order to get better if you use that as a reflection, like, wow, I do this and that and this and that. Yeah, I mean, so there's just so much that you can do, and a lot of that is initiative. So yes, Gabby, you made the decision and you got on a call with Megan, but it was you who decided to do it. Yeah, she guided you. That's what we do as leaders. But you're the one who's like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And it was kind of like whatever it takes. And so much so that I notice when someone's doing that, so this is another thing, right? You know who's active in the We Mean Business chat. We're doing that as leaders on purpose, you guys, because that's how you know who's working. Like you can say whatever you want. I said what I said, but that system works. It is proven. If you're not doing it, shame on you, because it works. And I still have people to reach out to. So it's oh, I don't know who to reach out to. Well, expand your network. I am awkward in messaging. Okay, message more, get better at it. Maybe that's your embarrassing thing. Like, I look back at messages and I'm like, so still, like, you just never know. Like I did this whole message to someone about the Meet Plexus. It's someone who I just adore. And I used to spend a lot of time with her at church. We don't go to that church anymore. She did like Plexus, and I think she just didn't give it enough time to build a business. But I'm telling you, she would be a rock star. But I'm not really friends with her. So trying to have that conversation is hard, especially when she doesn't go in her messenger and see my messages. But I continue. And I wrote this whole long thing out, and I'm like, Cheryl, you know what? That is just too much. I deleted the whole thing and then just did a little, hey, we're having this Zoom. I'm just like, Cheryl, just cut it down, short and sweet. You don't, I mean, sometimes I like them to hear, I do a lot of voice messages, but anyway, I'm babbling. But here's the thing, you have got to follow up with the people that you invited to the Meet Plexus. Do that today. See if they want the recording, right? And it was excellent last night. Like I'm telling you, they're just going to get better and better. And people are loving the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It works. Okay. So it works if you work. So work with us on the system. Just do it. Even if you're somebody who says, I just don't know if this system is going to work, I'm going to challenge you, even if it's just 2 weeks, right? Like it'll be like the last week actually that'll be good. Like the last week from now. So it's a little bit more, 10 days of November and the first week of December. Go all in on our system, right? No matter how weird you feel about messaging, however, no matter what it takes, like whatever we say to do in there, you do, right? And do the follow-up and all that. And let's see, and again, a business doesn't change in 3 weeks, but I bet you will notice a difference. So that's my challenge for you guys is work the system. It works. Okay. And it's not really new. It's just organized. So thank you, Gabby, so much. I appreciate you. So much. I can't wait to see you thrive, hit Emerald, and it's going to be amazing. So thank you guys. And crush it. Come on, follow up, crush the end of the month. That's real quick. This is the time to really dig into your business. Do not use the excuse of it's the holidays. Okay, you guys, because what do you do now for the next 25, sorry, I had 30 and whatever, and 6 weeks, right? 5 weeks, actually, 5 weeks about is going to determine your business for 2026. And you can say, oh, you're exaggerating, Cheryl. I'm not. Okay. All excuses aside, we all have busy lives. We all have things that are going on. Trust me, I've got a lot of personal stuff that's going on, like whatever. Okay. Like you can do both, right? You still go to work when you have a 9 to 5, when stuff is going on at home. You can work Plexus. Figure it out. Okay. Because there's so much good stuff coming, you guys. Oh my gosh. We just got the ins on some of it. So get signed up for Super Saturday. Get your butt to work and it will pay off in 2026. All right, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, thank you.